Hello, my name's Andrew Ireland. I'm the Pro Vice Chancellor for Digital and Creative Industries here at the University of Central Lancashire. The Great Northern Creative Expo is a fabulous week where I can't believe how much they pack in. It really exposes, hence the word expo, students to the real world, fascinating insights into production, all aspects of media. We bring in some great visiting speakers, great interaction between our students and our graduates and industry figures, and you really can't buy that. And I can't believe how much every year this gets bigger and bigger, and they pack so much in. Just flicking through the brochure, it's amazing how much there is there. The diversity of material is fabulous, and it's a great opportunity for our students to make key contacts with the outside world and help move them on into hopefully great careers. I think it's really important that our students have got these opportunities to meet and engage with these great figures we bring in, because there's a lot of people graduating courses all around the country, all around the world, desperate to work in the creative industries, and we have to work really hard to make sure our students have got great opportunities to make contacts, personal contacts, which help them to move into their next step, whatever that may be. There's a lot of competition out there, and we need to work really hard to help make our students stand head and shoulders above the competition. What UCLan is good at is it breaks down the traditional walls between education and industry, and we have great interaction with the outside world, and that just means that the students get great opportunities. Higher education is about challenge, and it's about opportunity. So we expect students to rise to the challenge of putting themselves in situations where they're outside their comfort zone, they're doing things new for the first time, and that means that they learn, because you learn by stretching yourself. And our job is to provide the opportunities for them to do that. Things like this expo creates a whole raft of opportunities in one compressed week. So any advice for our students and graduates is look out, seek out all these opportunities and grab hold of them, because you never know what you might be missing, and that particular contact, that particular link, it could lead to your entire future, and it's yours for the taking. So go out there and take it.
Okay, so my name's David Wilkinson. I'm the Community Safety Manager for a company called Arriva Rail North. My connection with the University of Central Lancashire is rail safety and education, teaching children in schools across our network with rail safety, materials supplied by the University of Central Lancashire. I come to the University of Central Lancashire in February every year. We invite students at second year BA Honours screenwriting level to pitch ideas to us. So this year, working with the university students, we have just made a film about staff assaults and why it's not acceptable. So that's a little bit of a snapshot into what I do at this level, working with the University of Central Lancashire. If an opportunity knocks, grab it. It might not be for you, but you get the experience first, and then you've got the opportunity to say yes or no. So my advice would be, if you're looking for a job, for example, it's easy to find work when you're working.
My name's Jacob MacDonald. I do games design at UCLan, and I make games. I won the Certificate of Creative Excellence in Games Design. I put in a lot of hard work into my course. I literally spend day and night learning and working on my subject and essentially putting in as much effort as I can. It's the industry I want to go into at the end of the day, and it means to me, it means I'm going to be able to put this on my CV and get a job at the end of the day and become my own boss. I don't really want to work for a big company. I want to be me, and I want to be an independent game designer, so hopefully this helps.
My name is Joshua Besso, and I study performing arts acting at UCLan. This is the award for the Great Northern Creative Expo for excellence in performing arts. So yeah, it's a really nice surprise. And yeah, I just want to say thank you very much. It was really lovely. Yeah, it's just a reminder, and also just to just to keep going, and be confident in your creativity and what you want to do. Just try and not have self-doubt and just keep on plodding along. And yeah, that's it really.
My name's Candy Gard, and I'm here today to do a master script writing workshop for the animation students. Really what I wanted people to get out of my talk today was to kind of loosen up about writing and stop worrying so much and see their own lives as subject matter for scripts, so not feel that they have to make stuff up, that their lives, so that they can get stories out of their own lives. I think the advice I give to any student who wants to get into the animation industry is just do as much work as possible. Make films, draw, write scripts, and go to the Great Northern Creative Expo. What more could you want to do than that?
My name's David Bunting. I'm a storyboard artist, and I've come to share some tips about storyboarding I've built up along the way. So I'm going to be taking them through my ABCs of storyboarding. Going to be looking at sort of acting, blocking, cinematography, all that jazz. Just trying to distill in about an hour, sort of, what I've learned in a career. The conference is fantastic. I think it takes you right away from like story and script through me and storyboarding, Jamie and producing, animation. You've got a great overview of the animation process. I wish I had a conference like this, when I was going through it. So I think it's super, and hopefully from what I'm going to be doing, I'm just going to give you a good introduction to what I think is one of the most fascinating and fulfilling art forms, within animation, and I think particularly from like theory and then putting it into practice, we're going to hopefully just get some ideas rolling that you can sort of put into your own films and your own work later on. I think that you need to do three things. You need to absorb animation. You need to watch it, and not just the stuff in the cinema, but really sort of dig deep into like what animation can be, sort of the history of animation, and really sort of study about it, sort of study the history, and then do it. Right? It takes all of those three things to really make success out of it. But I mean, do it. Especially for something like storyboarding, which encompasses so many skills that the sooner you put pencil to paper, start making those mistakes, start learning on the job, the better.
I'm Jamie Badminton. I'm a producer for Carrot Animation in London. We've been running 10 years now, and I'm here to talk to the students about producing, because I sort of was an animator to start with, but moved into production from there. It's sort of not always a logical career path going forward from animation, because you study the artistry, but sometimes animators are the best people to understand the process and then do the producing. So if I can impart some of that experience, that would be great. Craft your own creative voice while you're at university, because that's what, as an employer, we're going to be looking for, is a point of view and an artistic vision that's yours, because we can see the potential then for plugging you into other productions. So whilst it's important to connect with the outside world, we also want to see the voice that you are bringing to the industry as being a fresh thing, because that's really positive.
So my name's Sarah, and I'm the Cultural Education Manager at Curious Minds, and we're working in partnership with UCLan with the Great Northern Creative Expo to put on an event that's about how we can involve young people in thinking about their vision for a future creative Preston. We're setting up a network in Preston called, it's a local cultural education partnership. I know that's a bit of a mouthful, but basically it's about getting people around a table and talking about what do we want to see in Preston over the next 10 years. I think it's really important that cultural organisations, schools, voluntary organisations, other community organisations are working in partnership with UCLan. UCLan plays a very important part in the creative life of this city, and it's all about joining up the dots basically and talking to each other and having really positive conversations about the future.
My name is Alan Keegan. I'm the Expo Director for the Great Northern Creative Expo, and the reason why we originally set it up was basically to give an experience for the students that they wouldn't otherwise get, particularly where the academic world is concerned, because we wanted to bring in industry specialists that perhaps the students could learn from and go down a different road with. So the idea of the Expo was first and foremost to bring guests in that have got a variety of backgrounds, whether it's, John Glenn, who's directed the most James Bond films, or a producer who's worked with Stanley Kubrick, Jan Harlan, people like that who've got credibility that the students will respect, and also something that we can offer that's different to the everyday curriculum. So it's been a very exciting journey. There's been lots of variety. We've had Frank Cottrell voice over the years. We've had lots of special guests who've made their mark, and more importantly, they've made an impression on the students that they can leave the University of Central Lancashire thinking, yes, I can do it. You know, we've had RTS winners, we've had Oscar nominated students who've come back to share their experience, and that's very, very important for us here at the Expo. It is about networking in the industry. It's about who you know, it's about what you know and how you put that into practice. So for me, one of the fundamental sort of fine lines of learning is the networking process, and I think the Expo is a great sort of passage where they can learn that and take it on board and make sure that they develop their skills. I think when you're giving students to advice and you're trying to guide them down that next step of their journey, I think you've always got to say to the students in particular is try your best, because that's what people in the industry are looking for. They want you to try your best, and also be honest, because if you're trying your best and you're honest, then that's a massive way and a massive step to doing well and being successful.